Hello and welcome to this short demonstration of the mouse rig from the AutoRig Pro Rig Library Blender add-on. This rig is part of a library of 24 animal rigs which can be bought at Blender Market. It's important to note that the AutoRig Pro Rig Library is specifically built for the AutoRig Pro rigging system, so you need to have bought that add-on for the rig library to work. Each of the 24 rigs comes with a locomotion animation, and in the case of this mouse rig, that's a run cycle. Let me show you. And let me show you that actually from multiple angles. And just as a side note, I've animated this run cycle on 30 FPS and not on 24 because I wanted the mouse rig and its animations to be game engine compatible. So yeah, that's why I did that. Cool, let's get back to the main features of the rig. And first of all, the main purpose of the rig is to act as a template rig that you can use to rig your own 3D models. So if you have any type of creature model with a similar anatomy to that of a mouse, yeah, you'll be able to rig that model using this template rig. So that's what this rig is for. Next to that, the rig comes with a block mesh, and that's just there as a visual guide for the placement of the bones of this rig within your own 3D model. So if you have no use for it, you can simply delete it. There's no harm in that, but it's just something I've added to that should make it easier to place the bones of this rig within your own 3D model. Okay, let's turn the rig back on and go through the main controls of the rig. First of all, we have this position controller, which lets you position the rig within your scene. Then we have the trajectory controller, which lets you animate a trajectory for the rig. We have this root master controller, which controls both the upper and lower body of the rig. We also have this root controller, which only controls the lower body, so you can use that to animate a hip sway, for example. We have this tail master controller, which lets you animate all the tail bones at once. The same principle with this spine master controller. It lets you animate all the spine bones at once. Then we have this head controller. And if I open up the tool tab, you can see that it has this head lock property. Let me show you what that does. So if I select the neck controller and I move it around, you can see that the orientation of the head follows. But if I toggle the head lock and I do it again, you can see that now the orientation of the head stays facing forward. So that's what the headlock does. On to the legs. The leg setup by default they are in IK mode, but we can easily switch to FK. As you can see, now we're in FK mode. Let's switch back to IK and have a look at this auto stretch feature. Let's turn the auto stretch on, and when I now move the leg beyond its limit, you can see that the leg gets stretched. So that's what the auto stretch feature does. We also have this thigh twist to correct some deformation in the thigh. And we have knee pinning. So here you have the knee, and when I move the leg around, you can see the knee follows. But when I turn on knee pinning and I move the leg again, you can see that the knee stays put. So that's what knee pinning does. Some foot controls. So here we have a toe controller to control all the toes at once. That's nice. We have a foot controller to animate the foot. And here we have a foot roll controller. If you move it up and down, you can animate a foot roll. And when you move it side to side, you can animate some banking movement of the foot. So yeah, in all honesty, I think I've covered all the main features of this mouse rig from the AutoRig Pro rig library. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me on Blender Market. I'm always happy to help. But thank you for watching.